take a look at these scans. They show you that everything in Dragon Ball is meant to be taken literally unless it gets contradicted. Also, statements and feats are valid unless there are contradictions, which there isn't, so yeah, enjoy. Also, if this is unclear to you, I will try my best looking for a different scan that looks clear, and I'll put that in the posts, as with everything else that I missed in this video. So, yeah, enjoy.
Oh, now Metal's got all the powers of the Chaos Emeralds and the Z Fighters? Well, that world's fucked. Our bad.
Cell may have been one of the greatest threats in Dragon Ball Z, but Eggman's greatest creation ultimately proved too much for him. Let's break this down into 4 categories: strength, speed, abilities, and adaptation.
First up, who was the strongest? Well, it's no surprise that any version of Cell was gonna be way more powerful than base Metal or Neo. Even just using the manga, blowing up a solar system is far beyond the level of power output Metal can match.
Without his stronger forms. With them, the power gap entirely reversed. Not only could Metal match Cell's solar system busting or scaling from Frieza, but he could surpass it with the universe-destroying power of the Emeralds.
But hang on, Wiz. Those Namekians said that Cell was strong enough to threaten a universe on his own.
They did, but they didn't specify how, and there's nothing suggesting he could destroy it in one go, especially since it's only brought up theoretically and without any time frame.
Even being generous and assuming he could just blow it up, final bosses like Time Eater and Solaris can destroy the wider multiverse, and Super Neo Metal would scale to them. Metal Sonic takes the edge in strength.
But this is just a terrible scale. Cell, like I said in my live stream, isn't capped at solar system level. Cell is infinitely times stronger than E from full power Final Form Frieza, who's stronger than Final Form Frieza, who's stronger than Second Form Frieza, who is stated to have the ability to destroy the whole universe in Dragon Ball, which is infinite. Stated to be infinite. Even if he tries saying it was Final Form Frieza, Cell was stated to have a power level infinity, and Frieza had only a finite power level of 3,220,000,000 at best. Cell would be universal to complex multiversal. Also, you can use this or not, but Tien said that Goku in the Cell Saga, who is weaker than Cell and is way stronger. I'll explain this in a post later today, so don't miss out, but it really isn't needed. You need to comp multi at best. Yeah, Tien said that Goku was like a whole different dimension over them, which I wouldn't use, but take it, leave it. But again, I'll talk about that later in a post. So please don't miss that out. If you want the information, don't miss it out.
Easy win for Metal.
At his max speed in his super form, he should be comparable to entities like the Time Eater, who in Shadow Generations can destroy entire universes in seconds. By using the radius of the observable universe, we can estimate the Time Eater's destructive wave traveled at about 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Certainly impressive, but let's compare that to Goku's flight from heaven to hell shortly after the Cell games, which covered roughly a universe in distance at approximately 180 quadrillion times faster than light.
Hey, just like Time Eater. The difference, though, was that Goku was in his base form, way slower than Super Saiyan 2 Gohan or Super Perfect Cell.
Factoring in Super Saiyan multipliers, Super Perfect Cell can move upwards of 100 times faster than that, and so 100 times faster than Metal Sonic. Somehow, Cell takes the edge in speed. You know, the thing Metal was designed for.
Wasn't expecting that.
Cell absolutely abolishes, but they give it to Cell. You see, Death Battle is buttons to use for info, so don't try, people. Just watch the fights. One thing I would like to say is that power and power level equals to speed, and I said that his power is infinite, right? He has a battle power of infinity, so his speed would be infinite to immeasurable. Also, one thing I like to say here, they say that Videl said that heaven was a universe in size. Yes, she was referring to the living universe. So you can look at what she said herself, it wouldn't change. And this scan says the universe is infinite, so heaven will be as well. It's It's not that hard, people.
Abilities could tip the scales.
They shared many of the same powers, like telekinesis, force fields, and energy projectiles. Of note though, Cell's regeneration was clearly superior, able to fully heal from a single cluster of microscopic cells.
On top of that, Cell's Saiyan genes would let him grow in power every time he almost died, and his Cell Juniors gave him the numbers advantage.
And considering Super Neo Metal had a time limit, Cell would have a big advantage in a battle of attrition.
But with Chaos Control, that became a lot tougher.
Cell and his juniors had no way to deal with Metal boosting his speed or stopping time, something that countered Cell's speed advantage and left him open. And with Silver's psychokinesis, or the Emerald spatial distortion, Metal could seriously impair Cell's healing.
So it helped that Cell could fall back on his martial arts abilities in a pinch.
Despite effectively being a newborn, Cell's genetic instincts allowed him to best Earth's most skilled warriors back to back to back.
Metal may have copied Eggman's brains, but he definitely isn't as good of a fighter. The Sonic heroes haven't trained like the Z fighters, and Metal's been beaten by all of them a bunch of times. So all that in mind, abilities is roughly a wash.
Abilities, if we say both of them are equal in stats, who would take it? Even if Mel would have more abilities overall, Cell has instant transmission, which takes you into a place between time and space, which transcends time and space. This is explained by Drip Sauce in a couple of his videos, but in a nutshell, it takes you to the instant transmission zone, which transcends time and space. So Cell can slip in and out and move at an irrelevant speed level of power. But don't worry, he doesn't actually scale our versal orb to irrelevant speed because of this. It's just an ability. You can't scale a character because of their ability unless the ability was stated to actually scale the character. You know what I'm saying? But overall, it's just the same thing. Just that if Cell was in this ability, he would be moving faster in time and space, which means he would be at relevant speed. During instant transmission. Now let's get back. Let's make the adaptation part sweet and short. Shit.
And frankly, that's where this back and forth completely breaks. Because at the end of the day, Metal can copy Cell, but Cell can't absorb Metal.
Cell's ability to physically absorb an opponent is primarily viable against foes he can match or overpower.
Even if he took Metal by surprise, he can't absorb fully inorganic robots like Android 16.
Cell was only able to absorb Androids 17 and 18 because they were primarily organic.
They're actually more like cyborgs and are only called androids in the English translation.
Metal, on the other hand, can copy a target's biodata through only a few seconds of direct eyesight, something he could easily accomplish during a time stop.
And using it on Cell means he wouldn't just get Cell's powers, but the powers of all of the Z Warriors too.
Remember, Metal's copying applies to abilities that fundamentally affect his own biology, like Espio's invincibility or Chaos's liquid body. Nothing Cell has would be off limits, especially given all of Cell's powers were genetically encoded in the first place, quite literally biodata.
Cell's Saiyan power-ups? Copied. Cell's regeneration? Copied. Cell's key techniques? Believe it or not, copied.
Chaos Emeralds are described as being able to produce life energy, similar to Ki, so there's a precedent for him being able to replicate Cell's power set. And at this point, there's nothing stopping Metal from, say, stopping time and using a Kamehameha to vaporize him at a cellular level, just like Gohan did.
Cell might be able to do anything the Z fighters know how to do, but that's not gonna help him, cause Metal can do anything Cell knows how to do. Strange, isn't it?
Cell just doesn't have any options to retaliate that Metal wouldn't also possess, including any of his previous advantages.
Adaptation part sweet and short. Cell actually learned instant transmission to get back to Earth after he self-destructed. Proof of instant mimicry or something like that? I don't know. You could say that since Goku as a kid instantly mimic a fucking feat or like a move or an ability that you could do it, but yeah, I don't know. I'm pretty sure Mel takes this one as well. Anyways, Death Battle debunked. Have a good day. And just remember that in a day or two, I will be posting the rest of the other parts of this video. So get ready for that. Anyways, take care. See you guys in a while.